Alright, what's up guys? In today's video, we're taking a look at the brand new AS VAL Rifle. It's an excellent weapon. We're going to talk about the positives, the negatives, the 3 best class setups, and then go over the unique attachments. So if you guys do enjoy the video, helps you guys out in a way, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel down below. Like I said, first I want to talk about the positives and the negatives because this has some excellent positives. If you actually look at the barrel, you can see it comes with a built-in silencer. As far as your stats, it has the highest damage of any AR. Has the fastest fire rate, same as the M13, has a top 3 mobility as far as your ADS, your movement, and your stray speed. It's up there ranked right next to the Ram, which is the most mobile AR. Has some unique attachments which in my opinion help it, kind of like the Bruin Mark 9. Has a better hip fire than all the assault rifles, which helps it in the close range, and has a pretty good iron sight. I really did like the iron sights. But with that fast fire rate and that high damage, they countered that. They have a low ammo, similar to the Scar, and the Odin has a low ammo count. You do have a very high recoil pattern, and you don't have a long barrel, which helps counter and adds that recoil control, which I'm not a fan of. And the biggest negative is probably the bullet velocity. It's not that good at long range. It's a close range only weapon. Like I said, it's an excellent gun in the close range. The time to kill is incredible. I'll showcase that in just a minute. But so what we are taking a look at right now on the screen is the time to kill versus the Amax and the Kilo. As you guys know, the Amax is on the rise right now. A lot of players are using it because of the time to kill factor. And you guys can see the AS VAL has a faster time to kill at every range than the Amax, which I've been preaching a lot lately. This is where the gun's amazing. Like I said, the accuracy is not the best, but this is what I want to show. The time to kill is incredible. So if you take a look at under 40 meters, you're going to have the best mobility, the fastest time to kill if you can hit your shots. So I 100% recommend this gun in Warzone. Obviously, if you have it maxed out with all its attachments. The biggest factor I wanted to show was obviously the stats of the gun. The biggest factor I always want to look at is the stats compared to the other guns. You can see the range increase is not as much. Your ADS is massively improved over the other 2 guns. Your movement speed is massively improved over the other 2 guns. Your stray speed is massively improved over the other 2 guns. And your hip fire is twice as good as the other 2 guns. That's where this gun is excellent. Like I said, within that 40 meters, this is going to be the new God gun if you can hit your shots and learn to control your recoil. I feel like this is going to be a mouse-only weapon due to the fact that it's easier to control recoil on a mouse. And you're probably going to run into some people you probably think are aimbotting with this gun, but it has the better mobility. Obviously, like I said, the time to kill is absolutely incredible versus the Kilo and the Amax. Even if you just take the Amax off and do the Kilo, you guys can see it absolutely outclasses it. Even in the mid-range, if you can do your damage and hit your shots, because the damage is so well in this gun. But the most important thing to talk about is the 3 best class setups. It does have a different unique ammo, which you guys will be able to see here. So in order to build the best class setup with this, we'll showcase in just a minute. But first and foremost is how to build this to be the best assault rifle. It doesn't have a long barrel, which helps the recoil control, but you still want to add more range. Obviously, starting with a long barrel. The tac laser I always recommend on pretty much every single gun. As you guys know, 30-round mag. So the biggest difference here is we're going to take a look at the stock. This has a unique stock called the Strelok, which helps your recoil, helps your idle sway, and your aim walking steadiness. You actually get a massive negative to your stray speed to get a better recoil, which you 100% want. This gun doesn't have a long barrel, so like I said, anything that adds recoil you want to use. So your stray speed goes down, better idle sway, better recoil, and better walking steadiness, which stacks with that tac laser. And as far as the best grip, I personally prefer the operator for this class setup. Like I said, it is a Ram 7 style mobility. So with the operator, no loss in movement speed, no loss in stray speed, in my opinion, is going to help it to be the best. So that to me is the best class setup for the weapon. The biggest factor moving in next is if you want to build this to be a close range only weapon, like I said, has an amazing fire and amazing damage and amazing time to kill, but you only want to be using it in the close range. So the biggest difference, we're going to swap out obviously that medium barrel for the short barrel, which is going to help our ADS and our movement speed and our stray speed. We're obviously going to put the 5-watt laser on there, which is going to help us in the close range sprint to fire faster and obviously hit fire better. And obviously going to be stacking with the Merc 4, which is going to help us hit fire better obviously as well. So you now have an SMG style hit fire with obviously a faster movement speed and obviously the SMG style setup. So this is what I recommend. The biggest factor is that when you go to add the 10R mags, you're going to build the exact same class setup as you had with the long barrel. The difference is you're literally just going to swap out the 30 mag for the 10 round mag. The best thing about this is it does affect your movement speed, which if you didn't know, if it affects your movement speed, it affects your stray speed. If it affects your movement speed, it affects your stray speed, so you also get a faster stray speed, which counters the loss you get in your stray speed on the stock. So that's kind of what makes this excellent. You do get a different range, so your range is going to change. You get 3 ranges now instead of 2, and you can increase your damage. So that's what I recommend if you're using the 10R mags. But like I said, what I want to talk about now is all the unique attachments and why I recommended them. First, I want to start with the grips. Then we'll go over the 2 unique attachments that are on screen, because the grips to me was the biggest factor. This is the first and only time I'm not going to recommend the Ranger or the Commando. I do recommend the Operator. Like I said, it had the best recoil, which you guys can see on the screen. You see the base versus the Commando. I tested this multiple times. This had the recoil stabilization the Commando is supposed to on this gun for no loss in move speed and no loss in stray speed. So this is where it's going to keep the gun very mobile. Like I said, if you are using the gun, you can use the Merc in order to help increase that hip fire, which 100% will help. Those are the only 2 grips I recommend, like I said, for the first time. No Ranger, no Commando, which was weird for me to see that the Operator still is now one of the best grips I'm recommending in all my class setups. That's where I start. As far as taking a look at the unique attachments, which matters most, the 10-round mags is going to take your damage, obviously increase it. You're going to get faster movement speed by about 3%. You're going to get a faster ADS by about 10%. And you're going to get a 15% faster stray speed, which is excellent. We're also going to improve bullet penetration and obviously increase damage. So there's one hidden stat about it. The only loss, you don't get as much ammo. So this is a god tier attachment. It takes that mobility from being top 3 to now being the best mobile AR in the game, almost as good as an SMG, if not better. So that's where it makes it excellent. The biggest factor is obviously that Strelok stock, which is unique to this weapon. The recoil control improvement you guys can see on the screen definitely helps out a lot. When you stack it with an underbarrel, your recoil is going to be pretty good. Your idle sway, which you guys will be watching the clip on the screen while I'm talking, basically goes from somewhat moving to non-existent. This is a stock on steroids. So your aiming stability stock and obviously your stray stock are average. This is a god tier one. So your aiming stability goes up. Your aim walking steadiness goes up, which helps with the tack laser. If you stack those 2 together, I'll showcase the clip on the screen right now of the base versus the tack laser and the Strelok, the aim walking steadiness together. Your player tracking in the close range is going to be godly. I 100% recommend it. Like I said, you do get a massive loss to your stray speed and your ADS, but it's 100% a god tier attachment. So those are basically all the things to go over. As far as the barrels, obviously, you know, this is the ADS speed barrel, 100% avoid. It doesn't do anything worth using. With the soft barrel, you're going to get a 2% faster movement speed, obviously faster stray speed, and a massive, about 20% faster ADS, which is god tier. In exchange, you get 20% less range. So as far as mobility, it takes this thing into another level. It definitely is recommended. As far as the mid barrel, you get about a 25% more range for about a 10% slower ADS, and your bullet velocity gets a pretty good improvement, but it doesn't really help that much. Like I said, the bullet velocity is already so terrible, you can't really make it much better, but I 100% recommend this barrel as well. Obviously, always the tack lasers, 5mm lasers, 2 god attachments. They have no negatives. I 100% recommend them. They're god tier in my opinion. As far as taking a look at the last few attachments, we have the skeleton stock, massive improvement to your stray speed, obviously, and your ADS gets improved. This is just the CQC stock, and then the aiming stability stock, the 2 regular attachments. The only other attachment that you can really run is going to be sleight of hand. It's going to give you a 0.7 second faster reload, which is about a third faster than the base weapon, which I 100% recommend if you're running this gun, due to the fact that it does, obviously, you could swap out the barrel. If I'm being honest, I would just take off the barrel, run sleight of hand. Even with the 10-round mag, 30-round mag, you're going to be reloading a lot. I 100% enjoyed using sleight of hand on it, so that's basically all the attachments. Like I said, if this video helps you guys out in any way, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel down below if you guys are new, and comment down below what gun you guys want me to cover next. I'm doing my best to upload as much good content for you guys, so just make sure you guys leave a like. Follow me on Twitch if you guys haven't, twitch.tv/Trapgod. I live stream every single day. Make sure you guys follow live stream. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you.